Can I break first, or should I take him right now? Take him now? You want me to do that? Okay. All right.
Manaski's just the boss.
The district attorney is on. All right, explain what's going on here, Andrew. That from what we said earlier this morning, there is a problem with what was said on the air earlier this morning.
Right. There's some question. We had mentioned something about a first-degree murder charge.
I did, and somebody had told me there was a first-degree murder charge. However, let's bring on the DA and clear it up. Scott McNamara, good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
First of all, I don't know what people are texting you, but I can't imagine you heard us on the air this morning.
I didn't hear you on the air. All I'm getting is text saying that Keeler's saying you dismissed first-degree murder charges.
Okay, first of all,
I didn't.
Okay,
so
first of all, somebody had. I was told by a reporter that there was, so that was a mistake on my part. But
okay, that's all I was trying to clear up.
But the topic, so you know, the topic of conversation was the real conversation was all about the clergy privilege, and I have to tell you, in all honesty, we had someone coming on at 7 o'clock to talk about that, and they canceled. So I tried to wing it. And it was me and Manaski and Christine talking, and I even referred to it after we had Assemblyman Brodizzi come on when I said it's that previous 4 minutes was us talking about stuff we don't know anything about. So I admitted that in the 7 o'clock hour, and I'll admit it again, but the topic for us was clergy privilege, which I felt I had never seen an attorney use clergy privilege. Normally, it would be using it to benefit the defendant, which wouldn't be a member of the clergy, if you understand what I'm saying.
And I can't talk about that. All I was trying to do is just clear up that I didn't dismiss a first-degree murder charge, and all I was just trying. And one of the things I'm trying to do very hard is I do not want to move half of my staff and drag half of my witnesses or all of my witnesses halfway across the state to try this.
Right.
So all I'm trying to make sure is that we don't try this case in the media, and when there is reports, that we make sure that it's accurate. So, like, a first-degree murder charge means something totally different than a second-degree murder charge, because a first-degree murder charge means that somebody intentionally killed somebody, plus there was one of 13 aggravating factors. And we never alleged, and that's why, I would get very nervous when I hear that. We have never alleged that anybody intentionally killed somebody in this case, and so I'm just concerned about when there is a report that it is accurate, and also I do things in court that I cannot explain right now, but there's a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean to interrupt you, but I would point out, just for the listeners and for you guys in a general way, ethically, a prosecutor cannot prosecute somebody if they don't believe they have sufficient evidence on a specific charge. And I have done that many, many times. I've dismissed cases or charges against people. Most of the time they don't get any attention, but probably the most famous was Stephen Barnes, because I don't believe Stephen Barnes is guilty of anything. So, and there's been other times. There was a guy, his last name was Thompson, was charged with murder, and I dismissed those charges, and ultimately we determined somebody else committed the murder, charged that person, and convicted that person. So if we believe as prosecutors that there's insufficient facts against a certain person for a certain charge, that's why we would dismiss them. I can't explain the reason why. I wish I could. Because if I did, it would clear everything up. But I can't.
But you have to understand, though, Scott, honest to God, there was never a question at all offered on what you have done and what your office has done.
I wasn't saying. I was just trying to clarify the first-degree murder charge.
Got it. And that was, if I can clarify that was just, we didn't have the guest, and we were winging it and I went on for 4 minutes and said, we need someone who's an expert to talk about this. I'm getting it wrong, and that's my.
I hope you get somebody, because it's a fascinating topic. But
and I know you can't also talk about the issue of this clergy privilege, but at the same time, that's fascinating, because I guess I've never seen it used in this way. And again, the only other thing that I said that somebody could be telling you that we said badly is that I said that I felt like that all eyes, really, this case is going to be watched by the nation, and it's got to be a very difficult position because every move you make is you're going to be questioned on it. And there's going to be all of these people like us and people who probably have far more knowledge questioning everything. And I just simply said there's a lot of pressure on you guys right now.
Right, and what happens is the local media, especially you or any of the other media outlets pick up what you say. And so what happens in a normal day is if somebody reports something and it's wrong, like the DA dismissed first-degree murder charges, places like CNN, CBS News, they pick up on that, and then they will contact me. And that's all I was trying to do was just to stop a misinformation. There was never a first-degree murder charge. No one has ever alleged that there was an intentional
they tried
murder
to kill,
here. Right. And that was what I was just trying to clear up.
Thank you. Got it. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Again, I hate to be the guy that gets your blood flowing, and anybody else could do it. I hate to be the guy that is that guy. I don't, especially when I do it and don't mean to do it. I mean, that's even worse.
All I'm trying to do is keep things, just make sure that we get it accurate, because I don't want false information out there. And the one thing I urge everyone to continue to do, and sometimes people are surprised when I say this, but these people are all presumed innocent at this point, and we need to wait till the facts come out to find out who is accused of actually doing what acts. I mean, everyone's presumed innocent, and I know, and what happens when the comments get made at the end of the paper, everybody starts saying no one can get a fair trial. I want to make sure these people get a fair trial. They're all presumed innocent at this point, and no one knows what went on. And I think we need to wait to the trial to get to that.
Well, and the other comment that we said is I'm afraid of what we're going to learn when this trial does happen, because things are going to come out that we're going to hear about, and I'm not sure that that's all going to be pleasant. So that's all we said. Scott McNamara, thanks for clearing it up. And again, I apologize.
No problem. Thanks.
It was 4 minutes I'd like to take back this morning if I could. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Got a break. Quickly, we'll come right back. Fred Ligori, there's a big car show, a car event. This is a manufacturing event, so a lot to be learned out in Rochester going on today. It's the Rochester International Auto Show. I want to talk to Fred about that just quickly. We'll come right back at WIBX.